Hey, this is the second attempt of this video because I just recorded it and now I am re-recording it because the sound didn't work in the previous one. So yeah, that's that. I am not having a good day. What I want to talk about is Easter in Poland. Poland is a very traditional country and it's also generally a very Christian country, a religious country. So as you can guess, most of the traditions we have in Poland are religion related. Easter is just right around the corner and everyone is getting crazy doing big shopping. The stores are selling Easter related stuff. So I think it's a perfect time to tell you what Easter traditions we have here in Poland. I think the first thing that is worth mentioning is the name Easter in Polish. It's called Wielkanoc. Wielkanoc in Polish means a great night. That comes from the fact that this is the day that, or actually the night that Jesus came back to life. There's, in Poland, before Easter, there's a long period of waiting for Easter, that people go to church, they pray, and they just spend the time waiting for Easter. I will not be focusing on that time too much. What I want to focus in this video is strictly just Easter. The first thing I want to talk about, the first tradition that I want to mention, is the Sunday that's a week before the Easter Sunday. So it's called Palm Sunday. Palm Sunday, Niedziela Palmowa. Why this name is the way it is, where it came from? Well, pretty much it's the Sunday, I think it was a Sunday, that Jesus entered Jerusalem and he was greeted by people waving palm leaves at him. What we do in Poland is we build tiny little palms made of different herbs, made of different flowers, and we decorate them and we bring them to church, and then they are blessed by the priest in the church. I don't know why they're called palms, because they don't look like palms. They're just like colorful small bouquets of different flowers. I will show you what I mean in pictures here on the screen because I really don't know how to explain it. But we call them palms, we call them palemki or palmy. They are supposed to bring happiness and good health to the family that has them in their house. So that's one of the traditions that I really like about Easter, mainly because it's just so colorful. As a kid, I used to love making those little palms. Nowadays, I don't know what it's like because you either could make a palm on your own or you could buy it from like a stand that was outside of the church. There was palms made by children of a local school. Nowadays it's probably all like crazy because of coronavirus and all these restrictions. But yeah, back in my days, you could just either make your own or buy one and then bring it to the church. Now, the second tradition that I want to talk about is the Saturday before the Easter Sunday, where we bring baskets with food to church. I don't know how to describe them very well. I'll once again show pictures. But pretty much you bring a small basket filled with food and decorations and sweets, and you bring it to church, and just the way it was with the palms, the basket is blessed by the priest. And by food I mean bread, cake, eggs, some sweets. I already mentioned cake, but sweets in general, sausages, stuff like basic food you can find in any household. We decorate it and we bring it to the church. This food has to be eaten on Easter. You shouldn't eat it the day before, but some people do, and that's okay. I don't know where this tradition came from. It's just supposed to bring you luck and mean that you're gonna have a good Easter. And it's always fun because as a kid I would always run into the church with my basket full of good stuff and pretty decorations. I always used to decorate my basket with small chickens. Of course, fake chickens, like material chickens. Don't think I actually had real chickens there, even though that would be cool. But I used to bring a basket full of like those tiny little material chickens. And one day something very sad happened because one of my favorite chickens, I even had a name for it. I don't know, I had a name for that chicken. I was a weird kid. I brought my basket with a chicken and the chicken fell out of my basket and was almost run over by a car. And that was one of the saddest days I remember from my childhood. The other tradition that's related to the one I have just mentioned is painting eggs. Now, I think it's a tradition all over the world. I'm pretty sure Pretty much you boil eggs and then you paint on them. You draw, you do different designs and stuff like that. And these eggs you usually use in the basket to bring it to church. Now, it used to be a lot of fun when I was a kid because I used to pretend I'm an artist and I used to draw different drawings on them. Nowadays, people just put stickers on them. You can buy different colors stickers in supermarkets. So it's not as much fun as it used to be, but still, it looks very pretty even if you just put a sticker on the eggs if you don't have time to paint them or anything. And also paint usually colors the inside of the egg as well, so the egg white is no longer white when you eat it. So I think that's pretty unhealthy. So I think sometimes it's better to just put a sticker. One of the last traditions I want to talk about is something very, very weird. It's the Easter Monday, the Monday after Easter. It's called Śmigus Dyngus in Polish. Śmigus Dyngus or Lany Poniedziałek. Pretty much what happens on that day is you pour water on other people. So you see someone and you pour water on them. Now it's an old tradition. It's an old tradition that I don't think is that common anymore, but I've seen it happen in the last years as well. Sorry for the kids outside, they are having a lot of fun, but I have to have the window open because otherwise I would probably suffocate. Pour water on other people. That's a tradition we have here. Some people say this tradition is supposed to be saying goodbye to winter and say hello to spring. I don't know how that's supposed to signify that, but I guess it's just a traditional thing. It's not so much celebrated in bigger cities. I think you see it mainly in smaller towns. Now the last tradition that I want to talk about is actually my favorite since I was a child. It's a tradition, I don't know, in Poland for Christmas it's Santa Claus bringing presents, and then for Easter it's a bunny bringing presents to the children. Now it's not just bringing presents, it's bringing presents and spreading them all over the place. So pretty much your parents or the bunny hide the presents everywhere, like in the house, behind the sofa, or if you have a garden, in the bushes or something like that. And then the kids' role is to find the presents that are hidden all over the place. And when I was younger, I used to love that. Actually, whenever I visit my mom for Easter, she still hides my presents. It's just a very sweet tradition that is still ongoing in many different families in Poland. These are the traditions that I really like. I'm pretty sure there's more traditions. What I've read online is that the south of Poland has way more traditions than, because I live on the north. So these are the traditions that I've seen happen most often in my entire life. Now I've heard that the south of Poland has more traditions because depending on which part of Poland you're from, you are going to experience Easter slightly differently. So what you just heard from me is my point of view. Depending on the part of Poland that you are in or that you are from, you will celebrate Easter slightly differently. It's just a thing in Poland, but all in all, the Polish Easter is very traditional still. I think it still has a very strong relation to Christianity. These are the Polish traditions that we have for Easter. These are the ones that I like the most. I'm sure there's like a lot smaller ones, but these are the ones I like the most and the ones that are the most popular in Poland. If you know any other Polish traditions for Easter that you would like to mention, go for it, do so in the comments of this video. If the country that you come from has their own traditions for Easter, also let me know, because I think this is very interesting how different countries, different cultures celebrate this differently. This year, obviously, everything is crazy because of coronavirus. I really hope next year we will be able to celebrate Easter normally, to spend this time with our families, with our beloved ones. I hope this time is happy, healthy time for all of you. Now, as we say in Polish, wesołych świąt. That means happy holidays. But you can also say wesołej Wielkanocy, I guess. that would mean happy Easter. So wesołych świąt to all of you. I hope this time is good and happy and healthy for you. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!